Yeah. I don't know if the application that was free. Yeah, I understand. I am so sorry we got sidetracked. Good morning. Glad to see that you could all attend today. I'm going to go ahead and call the meeting to order. And I don't think we have any swearing in of anything. We have nothing that way. So we can go ahead and start with Mark. You want to come up for Chautauqua?
Mark is sending me today, so I may look back at him, though, if I can't answer some questions. My name is Sally Mankin, and actually, I'm an advisor for Chautauqua. And in case he gets run over by that turnip truck, he wanted somebody else to be able to do this. He may find someone else. No, thank you. In the past, you have been so generous to help Chautauqua. And as you know, by reading the information, we do a lot of things for the Syracuse-Wawasee community, but for those surrounding areas as well as Kosciuszko County. So we're here again today to ask for some money. I think we have just two that we're asking for today. The first, I have to make sure I have which one I want here. They're both for the, yeah, Visit Indiana, both of them Visit Indiana. They go out to several surrounding states. We have had quite a few requests for information, and Chautauqua always sends a brochure out to those that have requested information. So we've probably had more than a couple 100,000 requests over these last years, and trying to get them to Chicago, Columbus, St. Louis, or some of the places, Cincinnati. And really, our goal is to bring more people into the county to see where we live, to see how we live, and what a lovely place it is to be, even if you're just here visiting. So we do all but 4 of our events that we have each year are free to attend. And it is with your help that we can do this. The directory, of course, will publish in January of '24 for the year. And I think you have an example of what will be attached as far as for Chautauqua. That request for this year is the $500. Do you want me to do both of them at once, or?
Sure, let's do both of them at
Okay.
once, don't you think? And then we
So-
can-
Sure.
Then that request is sent out, as I said, to multiple states, and we do get quite a few requests for information to come back. Our second request for $500 is to help And by the way, that first one is about $2,700 for the year, so the $500 goes toward that, and we have other donations and monies coming in to pay the rest of the amount. Their second request is $500 toward our old-fashioned Christmas that will be coming up this month on the 25th. It is an outdoor event there at Oakwood. You should come. It's absolutely a wonderful time. Last year, estimated there was at least 1,000 people there. It's children. There's all kinds of activities going on, and it's all free to the community. So we do advertise in the various areas of, it can be Goshen and Warsaw and around Syracuse or Cromwell, wherever that's close by that can come in from Kosciuszko County to have this really event free to everyone. There are gobs and gobs of children, and they get to see, they get to take see the real reindeer. They get to see Santa. There's a live nativity scene. There's the Bible reading, various costume characters running around that they can have their picture taken with. I had my picture taken last year with the Tin Soldier, and he was about this tall, so you can barely see me in the picture. But it is a great organization. Chautauqua is a great organization, and we work very, very hard to provide these events. I think all of our events except 4 are free to the public, and trying to get them to come into Kosciuszko County from the various states or close-by states and staying here and enjoying our communities. Any other questions?
I don't think so. I'm anxious to go to the old-fashioned Christmas. I didn't get to go last year. I want to go to that.
This will be our 4th year, and was perfect weather also. And, yeah, great time.
You said you're mailing out to 4 states or more? Is that what you said?
They actually, the publication goes out to the 5 continuous states here, as well it goes out to the U.S. They've had information requests come back from Texas and California, so it hits more states than just these 5 contiguous states.
Any other questions? You guys have any?
Yeah, I move we approve these 2
Okay.
grants.
I'll second.
Okay, all in favor?
Yes.
Aye. All right.
Thank
For
you.
both. You're
And that's for
welcome.
both of
Thank you.
those.
Thank you for all
very
you
much.
do. Okay, Nick is going to bring it together for the Fat and Skinny Tire Festival again.
Yeah, it's hard to believe we're not that far
I
away already.
know.
I was just saying,
We
2 weeks is
enjoy that.
Thanksgiving. Yeah. So this is our 19th year for Fat and Skinny. We're excited to be back. Last year, we brought a new event to downtown Warsaw, a modified event, I should say. We used to have a time trial that went down to Zimmer and back. And while that's fun for the racers, it's not very exciting for the spectators. So we decided to do a downtown crit instead. So we race around downtown. So that was the first year experimenting with that. And we're excited with the results. So we're going to actually expand that this year and make it bigger and better, open up to more riders. So, yeah, we, like I said, this is our 19th year. We actually have had a really good turnout every year. We're expanding. It's the largest 3-day bike event in the Midwest, so we're proud to put that on. We try to do as many cities in Kosciuszko County that we can. We have a logistics problem with US 30, getting people safely across US 30, so we stay on at this side of 30. So we pretty much hit every town on the county this side of 30, so go all the way up into even North Manchester with our county tour. So we really try to bring people in, and
And it does bring people in.
5,000 to 6,000
We see it
spectators.
at the hotels
Yep,
level,
so.
definitely.
We're asking for $22,950, which is our amount that we've asked for the last couple of years. So do you guys have any questions?
I don't think so. Relatively same. Do you have any questions? It's a great event. It does. It sells out the hotels. So it's a really good event.
I move that we approve it.
Okay.
Second.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, we look forward to it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. All right, Chad, I don't see Chad. Oh, he's way in the
Oh,
back.
he's over there.
Hi, Chad, how are ya?
Well, good morning, everyone. How are you all today?
Good, how are you?
Morning.
I am great, and you all? Good to see everybody this morning. And there's the new faces. Good to see you all as well. My name is Chad Briscoe. I serve as the Director of Athletics at Grace College, so nice to meet you. I did bring media guides, so that way for the
Great.
newbies who may not have the opportunity, wanted to bring media guides, that way everybody has one, so.
Did you bring warmer weather for the cross-country
Well,
runners?
we're trying to
Oh,
do our best for that.
they're gonna freeze.
What she's referring to is,
We
a
got-
copy of this, so that way you can see what's coming this week.
Yeah. They got a
Which just,
big
you know, we
cross-country.
didn't ask any money for this, so this is just
Yeah.
a bonus for you,
Just
wanted
so
you
you
to
can
know.
see
So
what they're doing.
this is just bonus, so to see what else is being added. So we are hosting, we have 295 student athletes from over 35 different college universities across the nation. We'll be arriving today and tomorrow. We'll be at Warsaw High School. On Friday, we'll run 4 races, so heads and beds over the next 2 to 3 days.
Definitely.
We're very excited for, so it's an added bonus, and we will be hosting that next year. So just to plant a seed, I will come back next year and ask
Good.
for dollars for that
Okay.
next year. So,
Okay.
but we're making it through this year for the cross-country championship, so we're excited for that. But I am here today for the NCCA Basketball Division I Championships that we have hosted at Grace College going on. This is year number 15 for us. And I am very sad to say that it's also our last year in hosting it as well. So year 15 is it's time to pass the baton. My staff, and as you can see by my hair, I am not getting any younger. In 15 years, we feel like we have run the good race, and we are very thankful for the opportunity that it is given to our community, and appreciate working, of course, with Corey and the CVB and all of the support that they give throughout the year for it as well. So this is the last year for that. However, there are other things, as you can see with the cross country, which will be back next year. And then I do promise there will be other things that will come along that we're also excited about. But with that, as you know, for the NCAA Basketball Championships, the teams are here for a week, which is great. It's a filter tournament, so as teams lose, they still stay in our community. And they do come in a day early and provide a service project. They'll be in all of our elementary schools. All of the teams will go into the schools, provide a service project. So it is about a 4 to 5 day, depending on the number of days that they are here. And of course, 16 teams will crown 2 national championships. We'll play 24 games in 4 days. So it's a full week, but we're grateful that we've been able to bring it to our community for so many years. I've appreciated your guys' support each and every year. So $5,000, it helps us with the marketing for the tournament. And of course, getting the word out to some of our local regional areas to bring people in. So it's a guarantee people are going to come. It's just trying to get more regionalized people to come to the event as well. So, yeah. And lots of hotel rooms are taken as well with the teams. So, yeah. So.
Any questions? Any questions? Big event for a good time of year when we're slow in March. I'm gonna hate to see that go.
I know, yeah. It's always a good time of
I
year in March
know.
when there's not a whole lot going on in town.
And the teams
so.
are so much fun.
They
Like,
are.
they are, and they're good, they're respectful, we don't have problems, they're not trying to climb out windows that don't open.
That's sad.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
I'll move to approve.
Okay,
A second.
all right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, all right.
Thanks, everyone. Great to see you today. Thank you.
All right, up next, we have Junior Achievement of Northern Indiana, Courtney Whetstone. Hi, Courtney.
Just to give you a little background about Junior Achievement, in case you aren't familiar with our program, we partner with our local schools and community members to teach kids about financial literacy, entrepreneurship, money management, job readiness skills. And we've been here in Kosciuszko County since 1984. We service over about 6,000 kids every year, and we're growing, so really proud of that. One of the new avenues that we've been really trying to work through is we have so many students at our high school that are taking these new pathways, and then it's been up to the teachers to try to find local employment for them for either apprenticeships or, careers, whether it's going in and getting, some sort of financial assistance for college. I don't know about you guys, but most of the teachers that I have encountered do not have time to help out so many students. So we decided to host a manufacturing hiring fair this spring. As you know, manufacturing in this community is huge. So we will be putting that on in March. Well, Mr. Barkey and Dr. Hoffer have said that the hospitality career path is the next career path that they need help getting employers in front of these students. So they have about 100 kids so far that have this school year that have said they want to explore the hospitality career path. And at least 20 of them have said that they would go to a hiring fair if we held one and meet with future employers. So I didn't grow up here. I can attest to how amazing this community is. And I also know that people tend to remember the bad things over the good things. And so we lose 3,000 people every day to Elkhart County up to trailer factories, and we only get 1,000 people back here in this community. So how can we keep our quality, talented workforce? How can we get these kids excited to stay here, whether it's they go off to college and they come back, or they, do something just straight out of high school? So we are coming here today to ask for your support in partnering with us for a hospitality career fair. This would allow 15 companies to join our Here to Career program. So that is a new program that was piloted in Fort Wayne. So pretty proud that, right here locally we created this, and it's now going to be being used all over the United States. So Here to Career is an online platform. Kids go online, they fill out an assessment, and then it says, hey, here's your skills, here's your interest, here's the career clusters that we think would best align with your strengths. And then they can kind of go through there and see, okay, maybe I can do something in the trades. They can look at all the trades jobs or careers. And then what that does is then takes them a step further and says, hey, if you want to do, HVAC, or if you want to, work in the hospitality industry, if you're going to do management, if you're going to do accounting, these are the degrees or certifications that you need. And then the next step is, here are the local employers that we have here in our community that are hiring for these specific jobs. So in order for this event to be successful, we need to have local businesses partner with us to be part of this Here to Career program, because that's the only way we're going to get them in front of those students. The school system does not have another way to get that many kids placed with jobs here locally. So we are asking for $9,000, which will help get the first 15. We're hoping we can get a lot more, but that would be for their first year to join our Here to Career. It's a $600 fee every year. So then hopefully after that first year, they've seen the value, they've gotten to meet the kids, hired somebody hopefully, and that'll also give the kids a variety of different, restaurants, hotel management, whatever companies we can get on board, give the kids a variety of opportunities to go in and talk with them about, what their job is all about, and give the kids a better idea if that's something that they want to pursue in the future.
I can remember many, many eons ago, I taught at the high school hospitality class. I think I had one boy in that class and the whole room full of girls. But it was along the same lines. Definitely believe in that. My concern a little bit is we're getting out of our wheelhouse a little bit with this. We got to be careful of what we're funding, because again, we're more for promotional and for marketing and making sure that we're bringing people into the community to create that revenue and that occupancy tax, to create those sales in the restaurants and places we may go. So I think with this one, we have to kind of be mindful and make sure we're looking at maybe the marketing or the advertising piece that we might be able to help. I want to help.
Yeah, I do.
Like, and Mark and I had this conversation, but I don't think we can be the sole, because I don't think it fits in our bylaws of what we do here at the Kccrvc.
Question I had for you.
Yes.
To go to her point, have you reached out to the businesses? I mean, you're trying to help the businesses. Have you asked them to help pitch in some money to maybe augment what we provide here?
Yes, so that is our goal. With the manufacturing, we've actually have 28 companies that have already signed on to be part of Here to Career for our manufacturing hiring fair. To be honest, it is just very time consuming. It's hard to, find who the right person is at each business, go sit down with them, explain to them what this is. We don't have a ton of time from when these kids graduate and the need that they have at the high school. So that's kind of why we thought, okay, maybe if we can find a way to provide 15 companies, then that kind of takes the thought and all the work out for those few. And hopefully they talk to their competitors and then they're excited and they want to join. And we will be actively promoting and pushing to get as many companies as we can. As you know, if I go to check into my hotel and my room's not ready after a long day of travel because there aren't people to work, that's a problem. If I go to a restaurant and I am waiting and waiting for my service, that's a problem. So I know that it doesn't directly deal with what you guys, and I know it's kind of a roundabout way, but that's where our thought process is that this
And
is,
I do understand that piece, and the other thing I would encourage is, I keep hearing hospitality, but have you reached out to the local hoteliers, businesses? For them, there might be ownerships that would be interested in also contributing, because that field is one where it's a very tricky hire game.
yeah,
And I've cleaned a lot of rooms because of the hiring of housekeepers. They're
Yeah.
like a revolving door, or
Yeah.
whether it be a front desk attendant, somebody that wants to become my job. I'm getting older, I'm going to
Yeah.
retire, I need someone that's going to. So I would encourage that piece, because we keep talking about the hospitality one,
Yeah.
and I'm hearing manufacturing. So we maybe go that avenue too.
Yeah,
I know I'd be
and-
willing to meet, I'm sure she
Oh,
would be
yeah.
as well, and probably everybody, all of the hotels in town. We do have a quarterly CVB meeting where all the hoteliers get together. We've got one upcoming this next Thursday.
Okay.
I would encourage you to talk to Corey. Maybe you could get your face in front of all the hoteliers at once.
okay, that'd be
So
awesome.
just some, reach out, because we would be very helpful in other ways maybe, that maybe we can't completely do what you're asking because it's not, or it doesn't mean we're not interested, because I know I am. I think
Yeah.
it's a great program. I think it just doesn't completely fall in our wheelhouse other than the marketing piece and maybe some advertising. I'm going to put out there that I would like to look at $2,500 for them.
Yeah, I also
Kind of
have
there.
concerns of because it's completely outside of,
It is.
what
Yeah.
we're set up in the bylaws and what it says on the front page there, so, we have to be careful there. And
Correct.
I think like they said, partnering with the businesses and, that you're trying to provide employment for is really the way I would suggest going. I know the high school, and we have interns at my shop. Every year we have one, and they do a really good job with partnering with those businesses with the career paths the students want. So I know there's great need, and it's a great program, but I think it's outside of what.
So
Yeah.
I'm making a motion for $2,500.
Second.
Are you guys okay with that?
Yes.
Okay. So
Awesome.
we can
Thank
give
you guys so much.
$2,500.
Appreciate your
Thank you.
support. Thank
Not a
you.
problem. And again, reach out.
Yes, I will.
Okay. All right, Warsaw Public Arts Commission, Justin Taylor. Good morning, Justin.
Good morning. I'm Justin Taylor with the City of Warsaw, and it's my pleasure to introduce Susie Light, who will be doing the presentation today on behalf of the Warsaw Public Arts Program, and she'll be sharing the new project that they're working on.
Thank you, Justin. Justin is a member of the Warsaw Public Arts Commission. We were created following the Walk and Wonder in 2012, when at that time, Michelle Bourmet, the mayor's assistant, coordinated a Seward Johnson temporary art installation downtown Warsaw. That saw Warsaw receive a lot of visitors, not just local residents or countywide residents, but we had people traveling from Chicago, Indianapolis, Michigan, and Ohio to come and see that temporary art installation. The mayor was so thrilled with that, he said, we need a group of volunteers to coordinate both temporary and permanent art installations in Warsaw. We followed that up with a 2016 art installation, again of Stuart Johnson, well-received. We've also installed permanent art installations. North Buffalo Street, we have an international artist who installed Radiance. We have right across the street here, Lifting Up, that was installed by an artist, John Mishler from Goshen. What we have found is art along trails enhances the experience of walking the trails. Last April, Warsaw was one of 5 communities in Indiana that were invited to come to an Indiana Arts Commission workshop, Creative Convergence Workshop. Following that workshop, we applied and received a $10,000 grant from the Indiana Arts Commission for a 3-pronged collaborative community arts making project. Those 3 prongs include restoration and installation of Milt Homegrain's donated pieces to the city of Warsaw. Those 6 pieces will be installed at city parks along trails. Our effort to communicate to the community at large, and when I say community, I don't mean just Warsaw or just Kosciuszko County, Northeast region, Indianapolis, Ohio, Michigan, the idea that arts and culture are economic drivers in community. They're responsible for tourism, having a creative place for tourists to come enhances our community quality of life, quality of place, and quality of opportunity. So the second prong of that is a marketing campaign to say, this is the economic benefit. This is the quality of life benefit for arts. When we went to this workshop, I'm going thinking arts, sculpture, paintings, photography, and I learned at this workshop that arts is more than that. It is craft beer. It is jewelry making. It is restaurateurs. When you go to a restaurant, you aren't just getting a dinner, you're getting an experience. And that is part of the creative energy of a community. So the third prong of this project is also the opportunity for community to engage in art. We are doing a national call to an artist to ask them for their input, their design of how community can collaborate in an art-making process. We've done a community-wide survey. We've got over 200 responses. People liked the Stuart Johnson. They'd like to see more of that. We're taking that into consideration. That won't be what this project is going to be about, though. An artist will come, and to give you a flavor of what community art making is, I'm inviting you to participate, and Justin, you want to hold that up? In putting your fingerprints on a canvas that is an iconic image of radiance. So you can see we've had this at different places. We had this at a first Friday or a third Friday. Anyway, it was at a Friday event where community members were invited to put their fingerprints. We have ink pads. We have wipes, so you can wipe that ink off of your fingers. But before you leave today, please put your fingerprints on this. This is an idea of how community can come together on a micro scale. What we're talking about, this project is going to be a macro. This is a micro scale of how community can come together to make art. What else can I tell you about?
I will tell you the things that stick out for this. I love art. The communication piece that you talked about and the marketing piece, that falls in our wheelhouse. That's spinning things. But again, I'm still being mindful. I feel like we have to be conscientious and be careful that it falls in the bylaws of what we're supposed to be doing with the occupancy tax. Your thoughts? I'm hearing pieces that do fit, and as far as, but I don't know.
And we can't,
feeling
because
the
it is a new project, we
You can't
really
give me
can't
data,
do a
correct.
direct correlation.
But I almost feel is like the entry piece here.
And think
Maybe
about
we
things
need
like-
to step our toe in the water and go with the marketing and the communicating that to everyone and what we're going to be seeing. And then we come back with the data, and then maybe the next project, we're able to fund more. That's just my initial, what's your thoughts, John?
I agree.
What is your plan to get the information out about this new project? I mean, have you thought about like how you're gonna say, this is available to the community?
Yes, we're engaging professional marketing firms. We'll be doing billboards, lots of social media.
Okay, what kind of costs do you have in your,
We've budgeted $12,500.
for just that piece?
For the marketing piece.
Okay.
Is that a year-long price, or is that just overall project?
That's going to, so the total project is $40,500. We need to be finished with the campaign and art installation by July 2024. But we expect that communication about the importance of arts, the importance of our community, countywide arts, will be ongoing. It's not going to be a one-and-done kind of thing. So there's not a time frame. And Lyle, if you're asking, do you expect us to come back in a year and request more money? No. That is not on our plan.
But I do agree with Kathy, we're marketing and advertising, bringing people in, not supporting the actual foundation of the business there, so.
And we are working closely with Corey. If you notice, she is on the Arts Commission. So that whole marketing thing, she is helping us work on.
Yeah, so we're helping utilize resources that you have already provided us when it comes to our marketing.
Okay.
Especially with our cooperation with Dreamon Studios.
Okay,
We have a lot of video footage that will assist with some of that
okay.
process.
So I'm hearing we've done some of it.
So we are partnering with that as we understand, and I offer the commission, understand that art is an important.
Right, and so we inadvertently are pumping some to start with.
And we'll
Well-
be monitoring all of that, how that looks. what
Correct.
the analytics will be, in coming months.
Okay. I'm going to recommend and make a motion for $3,000.
I'll second.
Okay.
You okay with that?
Yeah.
John? Okay, all in favor? Aye. Okay, we'll put $3,000 towards that.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Thank you for bringing
And the
it.
city of Warsaw will be the grantee on
Okay,
this.
okay,
Fiscal agent.
okay.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming. Don't forget the fingerprints. Don't forget your fingerprints. Correct. And then the update from the CCAC, do we have anybody? I know Mike is in a conference in Florida. So I don't think there's anyone here representing them. Before we have the CVB come, I did want to read a nice little thank you from Dear Tourism Commission, thank you for the funding support on both the digital message sign project and the Clearly Kociasko branding management. We look forward to the continued mission of sharing with the community where it's a great place to live, work, and play. Sincerely, Corey, the KCCVB. So I just wanted to share that with you as well. Thank you, Corey. And we will go ahead and get the update then from you.
Good morning.
Good
Morning.
Happy, what day is it? It's Wednesday. First of all, I wanted to thank you as we come to another year end. Thank you from the Kociasko County Convention and Visitors Bureau's Board of Directors, as well as our staff, for the Tourism Commission's continued support of our mission at the Convention and Visitors Bureau. We are very grateful for what you have provided us to market Kociasko County as, again, another place to live, work, play. And I also want to throw that learn component on there because we do know that our colleges are very important to a destination driver as well and visitor driver too. Firstly, I will hand out our occupancy reports since I failed to send it with your meeting, with my meeting packet for you.
You get to be the bearer of bad news.
Here you go.
I don't need it, but thank you. No, I've got it.
I'm good.
I've got it.
Yeah, we'll share that.
I know, I'm scared.
As we know, 2023 hasn't been trending as well as our 2022 year, although I do feel that we will be trending better than 2021, hopefully at year end. September numbers are slightly down occupancy-wise in comparison to 2022. We talked about how we understand that this is can be a weekday visitor driver. Our hotelier meeting next week that we're hoping to find what other ways can we be more helpful from a CVB perspective in helping those meetings get that weekday travel. Are we still, I know as we hit in our not peak season as November has.
Just call it what it is.
Yeah, off some.
The
Is there a nice word for that? Shoulder season. We are trying our best as the holidays are upon us with that marketing tool. With Thanksgiving, visiting friends and relatives coming, staying with us, as well as the shopping, dining experiences upcoming here. So our marketing team is starting to explore that, market that for the community as well as the residents to remind our resident base that are engaged on our social platforms that, hey, shop local. There are things that you could be purchasing when it comes to even restaurant gift cards, et cetera. So we'll be continuing those efforts as we see. So yeah, not the greatest news currently for us, but I think we'll start leveling off post 2022. So anywho, we are still collecting data for our reports for our sports and events calculator. So I know that if any events that have yet to send those measurable economic impacts, send them anytime. Even if it was earlier this year, we can put that data in anytime to see what that economic impact. And hopefully it will help you as a tourism commission if they assist in any future funding requests, can also help with making those decisions for you. Again, our fourth quarterly hotelier meeting is next Thursday already. Where did November go? So we invite our hotels to come and have a conversation. What's going on in their world? How can we be more helpful? Thank you for mentioning to Courtney. I think that may be a great resource if she's able to come and attend, talk to those all in one place and see how we can be helpful on that level as well. We are continuing our efforts. I've shared this with our hoteliers of trying to put together a hospitality onboarding, what they may need to know when they're coming to our destination. We know that if a visitor isn't coming directly to the visitor center, they're more likely stopping where they're going to stay first. So if there's a new staff member that we're hoping to provide about a 3 or 4 minute video that in onboarding process, take the time and watch that. So we are moving forward with that, but more questions to come for our
That
hoteliers.
would be very beneficial. I could see with junior achievement for maybe the beginning lead-in for a hospitality course being taught.
Well, and I
that
also had
video.
some more ideas for not only when it comes to hospitality, but tourism
other,
management and
correct.
tourism marketing
Correct.
too. So I think there's some other
There is.
elements
I think you could be really helpful.
that we can all kind of work together to help those students and hopefully keep them here and find jobs within our K County workforce. Our visitor guide is on track to arrive in February 2024. Again, with the rebranding process, it will be rebranded Kccrvc. So we're in the last phases of proofing. So cross fingers, everyone, that arrives here in February. And we're moving forward with the rebrand. And again, thank you for that funding source. We are on schedule to get all of that done February of 2024. We're still seeing great improvement with the Banwango passports. We're promoting them all over the place to get visitors and residents alike to participate, check into those locations around the county, as well as our restaurants too that are on the trail. So hopefully to see some impact there. You may all know they did start our 2022 financial audit internally. So you should be seeing reporting soon. Hopefully, I'll get reports to you as soon as we have them. Just so you're aware, I think they have started that process with us. We have provided all the needed information. Digital sign project update. Cross your fingers. They plan to tentatively have it erected by Thanksgiving, weather permitting. So this is happening very fast for us. So we're very excited. Fast but slow. So anyway, it's going to happen fast in the next couple weeks. So cross your fingers for us. We are very excited to get that installed and get all of that event and promotion for US 30 for the beginning of the year. And I wasn't sure if you had any questions related to the financial reports. We're still sitting pretty well. And I don't have any board members with me today, but if you had any other further questions for me, we did hire I don't know if I mentioned this back in September. We have hired a part-time person to assist Laura in our marketing. His name is Matthias.
You did.
So hopefully, if you haven't, good. He has been helping so much with marketing is never ending and always happening, especially on social media platforms. So he has been helping so much, and we're so glad to have him on our team. So, and a Grace College grad, so throw that in there. So it's always good, so. Didn't know if you had any other questions for me.
I don't think so. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And then, while we've got that, the
Yes.
interlocal agreement, I didn't see any changes, anything that needed changed. Did you take a look through that agreement?
Didn't it look fine?
Looked like what we agreed upon. So I think we're okay. I would make a motion to accept the local agreement.
I'll second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, we've adopted the local agreement with the CVB. Approval of the September 13 minutes.
I'll make a motion.
Okay,
Oh, wait, never mind. Yeah.
okay.
I'll
Wrong
second.
thing.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
All right. And then, John, go ahead and give us a review of the financials.
Okay, I think you received them in your packet. Couple of things I'd like to go over is the receipts from the hotels. Looks like there's one hotel that's still delinquent. Rhonda, is that the? Looks like the last payment was in July, is that correct?
Oh, my God.
I'm looking at the Holiday Inn Express Quality Inn. Maybe they paid since this was,
Yeah, I don't believe we paid. I can check with
Oh,
the
my
treasurer
God.
just to make sure.
Okay.
so what do we do? Just send them a notice, or how do we?
I believe that's what we've done in the past, send them a notice or send them a letter.
Yeah, okay,
Okay,
You know, if they send you, they have to.
yeah,
correct.
okay. But it looked like everybody else is
Yeah,
good shape here, so.
okay.
Okay, at the end of October 31st, we had a little over $1 million in our account, but we certainly have given, or more money we're
Correct,
gonna be giving
and that
away.
number looks large, but when
But-
you think about how we're down at almost $100,000 to last year's
Yeah.
receipts for occupancy tax.
That's right.
So we also like to keep at least a year for our
Yeah.
funding
Well,
for the
that's the reason.
CVB. So
That's right.
that's the reason that account looks inflated. It's not. Look at what happened during COVID. If we wouldn't have had that cushion, the
Yeah.
CVB, we wouldn't have been able to do anything
That's true.
with them. So just wanted to add that.
I agree. And just to follow up on that, year-to-date, we're down $88,000 through October.
Right.
We were down 14,000 over, on the innkeeper's tax this year compared to last year, so we talked about this before, but is the business not having meetings? I
When
mean,
we
what's
had
causing-
COVID, they learned that they could do things from Google Meet.
Okay,
So the problem is, especially orthopedics, they found that they don't need to travel to get
Okay.
the certain things done. So we're not seeing the groups and the meetings that we saw from the big hitters back in 2019.
And it was significant.
It
I think
was
we have,
significant.
10 people from Zimmer staying Monday through Friday every week,
Oh,
all year round.
I had a
in
wait
suites.
list at the Hampton and literally I was walking people constantly.
Yeah.
yeah,
And it's just not there. They
No.
just haven't come back full swing. And my indication's hearing that we're at about 25%. And I don't know that we're ever going to see it completely
Probably
bounce
true.
back. Yep. It's a different way of business.
The Chestnut House is down like 60% of business travel on Monday through Thursday.
Yep. And that's where it hits hard.
Yeah.
That's where we were sold out all the time in 2019.
yeah.
So we're just hoping that it does rebound, but again, I don't see it ever completely rebounding.
I see.
That's why I've been after the smaller, you gotta find smaller accounts to put those eggs in the basket that aren't orthopedic, orthopedics.
And
So-
it wasn't for the state collecting their share.
Correct.
Where we'd be really. 'cause,
Correct,
So far this year, they've given us 200 and some thousand.
Correct.
So that's,
so we just have to be mindful.
we gotta know that
Correct.
The money's not there like it used to.
This is something to think about, though. Constantly, I'm hearing from the bigger companies saying, hey, we have interns that are coming in for short term, and we cannot find places for them to live. Nobody wants to rent for 3 months, 4 months. I don't know if it's just too much of a stretch to think, okay, think creatively, how could we have hotels be short-term rental places? I don't know if that's in
It is, you
anybody's.
just have to be very conscientious. That bottom line is a lot different for a hotel room versus an apartment.
Yeah.
So that daily amount that they pay, even if you plummeted that, you're not gonna make anything.
Yeah.
Like, you really have to watch where that break even
Oh, I
is,
can believe
and you can attest to that. So that's the hard part, because the number I could give them or she could give them is definitely not what an apartment would rent for. It's 3 times.
And a lot of times they don't want to pay it. They want.
No, they
that
want-
significantly
yeah.
low rate. They want to be able to match what you would
And
pay
you
renting.
can't take a $30 to $50 rate per night
Right.
and make anything.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, breakfast costs have gone up, the Hilton Honors have gone up, all of the costs have gone up,
Yeah.
yet no one wants that room rate to go up. So we
The room
really,
rates have gone down.
it has, that's the tricky
Significantly.
part,
Right.
so.
Yeah, I was just throwing it out there, trying to
It
think of.
is, I mean,
think
it's a
of, like,
great, and we've
think
talked
those-
about that, you
Yeah.
know, but when you get to that dollar amount, you're going backwards, like you really are. So that's that tough part of that. If other stuff hadn't gone up like it has, even if you can get the supplies, you know, it was like Christmas for a while, you'd order scrambled eggs and you got Western omelets and people are allergic to peppers. And you can't get it. Like, that's literally how it goes sometimes. They substitute for you automatically and you don't know
Not
what we're
even
having for
close to what you
breakfast,
would.
not even close. So it's been
It's
kind of a
tough.
tough
Kind of a
teeter,
mess.
yeah,
tough.
it is.
Tough.
So, sorry I got off kilter.
Well, that's
there.
fine. I'm glad to hear
It's very
that.
frustrating.
Whole
for
nother,
us.
but that's an explanation.
Okay. And then you got the list there that shows all the appropriations, where we stand on the money we've given. And the one question I have is the wagon wheel. When they came in here a year ago and wanted 80,000 for their White Hill Manor restoration out there, it looks like we paid them 40 and we still owe them another 40,000. Now, it's my understanding by the end of this year, they have to submit bills for that, because we appropriated that last year.
That was last year for that.
So do we
Initially, you weren't here
send
yet.
them a letter, do we follow up with the
We
wagon
gave
wheel
that
somehow and
money
say, hey,
reduced what we
you
gave
know,
when they came
Yeah,
back.
we can.
because the end of the year, I assume when we did it last year, that was in 22's
We
budget.
couldn't, it wasn't directly, no.
Yeah, we can send them a letter.
I think we ought to,
Follow up with
because
that.
we're trying to keep on
Okay.
top of these.
Correct.
When they
Correct.
don't submit bills
Yeah, and
for
they've
what
only
we've
got a
allotted them,
12-month
so.
period, and then it's, correct?
Yeah,
And then it's null and void. so-
yeah, so,
Okay,
yeah, it'd be done by the end of the year.
correct.
So, anyway,
Okay.
that's my financial report.
Okay. Any questions? I move that we, first, I move to accept them.
Okay,
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you, John.
thank you.
The meetings for next year, I do have a request from Mark. 2 of those dates, he's out of the country, he already knows. And if no one has objections, the January and July meetings, could we bump those a week to the 17th?
For which date, I'm sorry.
January's and July's. Move those from the 10th to the 17th, both of them. If we could do that, we can ensure that we have our quorum. I would, hate to know out that far that we can't be here and not try to adjust. So I'm going to make a motion to
Okay.
change those dates.
I'll second.
All in
Yep.
favor? Okay,
Aye.
so we'll move to the 17th of both those months, January and July. Okay, approval of claims.
We just had one claim that's for the $500 for the 23 operating expenses.
Oh,
Okay,
So that's what we have for you.
okay.
so moved.
All right, I second that. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right. Approval of the claims. Anything further that you can think of that we need to address?
Just got a letter there from Cory, when she was asking for the remaining money for the grant that we had given to Lilly Center for Lakes and Streams for the Clearly Kosciuszko brand.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, we're gonna move that to the CVB, weren't we?
Correct.
Yes.
that's
I don't
Because
have
she's
it.
now clearly she took over that
Yes.
brand, and so
I
we
don't have
have
an
that
issue
that needs approved.
That's
Yeah.
fine, okay,
So moved.
all right.
Second.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion is approved. If we don't have anything further, do I have a motion to adjourn?
A motion.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, thank you very much. Don't forget
Thank
your
you.
fingerprint. Fingers.
Yes. That was a good one.
Okay, fingerprint. I feel like a little kid again. Fingerprint.
Make those things at Manchester College.